Well, I had gotten your call last week saying that you were interested in meeting with me, and I read some of the forms that the receptionist had given me some of the information, but I'd like to hear more about it from you. So can you just describe to me what it is that you came for?
It's hard to explain. So I'm having issues with my boyfriend, and I think he's cheating.
Okay.
But then again, I'm thinking it might be paranoid.
Okay.
He thinks I'm paranoid. But I just keep getting these random thoughts that I want to hurt him.
That you want to hurt him?
I want to hurt him. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm hearing that you want, you have these thoughts and these suspicions that he might be cheating on you, and
I mean, I can't stop. I'm looking through his phone. I'm looking through his, I'm always checking up to see where he is. Sometimes I even had I paid somebody to follow him.
Okay. So it's gotten kind of.
Yeah, I even tapped his phone.
Okay. And how has his responses to that been?
He doesn't know about all of this.
Okay. Okay.
Really, he probably doesn't know about any of them because he probably still wouldn't be here.
Okay. Understandable. So, how would you say your all's relationship is?
I think that he's a good guy. He has a really good heart. He's very flirtatious. I think our relationship is really strong, you know. I think that all this stuff just helps me feel like it's it gives me reassurance.
Okay, so it helps you find reassurance.
Yeah.
So if you're coming to me for this, that you think your boyfriend's cheating on you, but the evidence that you try to look through, it sounds like you don't find any, but you feel assurance. So if you're feeling assured from this, and how is the checking on him, the tapping his phone, you say, how has this been a problem? How has this developed as a problem for you to come see me?
Because I'm getting more obsessive. I really want to, I've almost caught myself starting to fall in myself. I have a really hard time at work concentrating, so I've been failing really bad at my job, and then on top of that, I'll take time off or take sick days so I can really research this stuff or watch it myself. So I'm missing a lot of days at work, and I think he's starting to get suspicious. So I know that he wouldn't be okay with me doing all of this.
Okay.
But also, my friends have told me it's kind of getting a little out of control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so I hear that you're saying that it's becoming a problem because it's taking over. You're obsessing of it. It's getting in the way of the work,
right.
And
I can't stop thinking about it.
Okay. So is this constantly?
Yeah, he's cheating on me, constantly thinking about that.
Yeah. Has there been, I guess, any times where this isn't going on?
It was very mild in the beginning.
It was very mild in the
But
beginning.
it just started increasing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So recently, it's been more and more. Okay.
In the past 4 months, probably.
So would it be safe to say that every minute of the day you're checking on him?
At least a couple times an hour.
A couple times an hour.
Yeah, maybe 3.
Okay. 3 times an hour?
maybe more.
Okay. Is that during work?
Oh yeah, all times.
Okay. What are you doing the rest of the hour?
Thinking about him cheating on me.
Okay.
And it makes me really angry.
Okay.
And I just want to beat him up.
Yeah. It's understandable. Yeah. I mean, it's stressful going around and around with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So, I'm curious as to, if all of a sudden this problem was solved and you woke up and it was gone, right? What would be like the first thing that you noticed?
I don't know. I don't think I understand. Like
So-
if I stopped thinking that he was
Yeah,
cheating on me?
right. Yeah, if you notice that the obsessing was gone and this problem was no longer a problem, what would be different? What's a few things that would change?
Well, I get my life back, first off.
You get your life back.
I might not drink as much over it. I might not spend so much time at home alone, like watching where he goes.
Yeah.
So I'd see my friends more. Yeah, I mean, it'd be a lot better.
Do you miss your friends and being able to just relax? When's the last time you hung out with your friends?
This got really bad about 4 months ago, and they started kind of questioning me about it, so I just kind of avoided them since then.
Okay. The last time you hung out with them, what was it like?
I was very agitated. Like, I just wanted to leave because I knew that I had to check, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, he's cheating on me. I gotta check.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it's very distracting.
Very distracting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, you're talking about if this problem was over, you'd be with your friends, you'd be with, watching, maybe relaxing at home. Is there any time this week that you've been watching TV?
No, well, I have it on, but I don't think I really focus on it.
So there hasn't been any time this week that hasn't.
Like, even when I'm with him, I felt like I can't have trouble focusing on.
What would you want to be able to focus on?
Our relationship.
In what way?
Well, I mean, I'd like to get married. I want to marry him. As long as he's not a cheater.
Right. So in the past, when this happened, before it got real bad, what did you do to keep it mild? How did you keep from checking? Because I guess sometimes it starts off and, you give into the compulsion, it gets a little bit worse and worse.
Mm-hmm.
So in the beginning when this first started, how did you keep from giving into the thoughts as much?
I would set boundaries, and I'd be like, well, I can think about it, but I'm not allowed to check his phone. And then I started checking his phone, and I can check his phone, but I'm not allowed to look at where he's going. And then slowly I started looking at where he was going, and then I had friends that try to keep me in check. Like I would try to be accountable to them. And then it just got to the point that they were reprimanding me a lot and telling me to break up and.
It doesn't feel like being judged by your friends.
Yeah, so
and that's
I
not what you
thought,
needed.
Oh my goodness, no.
Yeah, you needed support to. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think kind of thinking about everything that we've talked about. You talked about the problem being obsessively checking. If your boyfriend's cheating, how it takes up a good amount of time of the day. It sounds like you're pretty sick of it. Is that safe to say?
I'm actually here more because he suggested that I come.
He suggested. Okay.
There was other things that were starting to get to him, I think.
Okay.
Like the mood swings,
Okay.
stuff like that.
You think all that came out of the obsession?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, if he's cheating, he's bag.
Do you want to be able to stop obsessing?
I don't know if I could trust him.
Do you want to be able to trust him?
Well, yeah.
So in being able to trust him would mean that the obsessing may need to, I guess, learn how to not give in to that as much.
Yeah.
So maybe one of the goals that we focus on is learning how to deal with the obsessions, so that way you can give way to trust.
Can you actually, like, so I just thought of this. Can we do a lie detector test on him?
I don't think that would actually be appropriate. I don't have that.
But if we knew for
capability.
sure, like, I would stop obsessing.
Sure, I get that. I get
Yeah.
that. Yeah, and that could be a solution, but I think that maybe going through this might be a better way to learn how to deal with it, right? So do you want to maybe be able to apply some of those solutions that you had in the past to try to learn how to deal with it?
Yes.
Okay. So,
I want my life back.
yeah. It'd be an easy way. Yeah. And I don't think finding a solution has to be hard.
It feels like it.
It feels like it, right? Maybe some of the solutions that you used in the past you could try to start implementing. How do you think you could set those boundaries with your friends to help hold you accountable?
All they do is judge me.
Do you think you could talk to them about that? And tell them what you need?
Yeah. Some of them.
Some of them? Okay. So the ones that you feel like you could go to with that, what I think would, it sounds like what may help to take a step forward would be to go ahead and set up those boundaries this week. Okay?
Okay.
Kind of talk to them and have them check in on the obsession thoughts and see how that helps you.
Okay.
Do you think we could try that during the week?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give it a shot.
Okay. Well, that sounds good. Then we'll follow up with that next week and see how that helped.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.